And I can also sense like a very strong sense of independence or confidence, whatever you call it, or leadership. Like right from, as you give the example of your college days, or even earlier you mentioned stereotypes, right? So not just as a techie, but also as a woman, there are many stereotypes around that, and because of which many people don't even attempt, or many women don't even attempt, like to get a promotion or to get into a leadership role. Can you share what contributes to that? I think a sense of self-worth, that I can do something or I can be better than it. Can you share a bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, you made a very fair point on the self-worth piece. And I think that's one of the major things which women, not just leaders or otherwise, they lack today. And that lack of self-worth comes from the lack of support, which comes to them naturally from their peers, from their folks, from the society in general, that there is a general stereotyping, especially in a lot of families and a lot of societies, around the fact that men are better than women in XYZ things, and maybe women are better than men in XYZ things, right? So that stereotyping definitely affects the way you think, and of course, eventually has a major impact on your growth. But I personally feel that, especially if you're going in leadership roles, one, because of this entire stereotyping around men being better leaders, then women have to actually work twice as harder to prove themselves as a suitable leader as compared to men, which, I mean, let's face it, they're naturally accepted as leaders as compared to a woman who has to prove herself to then be accepted as a leader. So that is one challenge which I feel as women we face when we move up in the ladder. Second, I think comes from the ideology around the seriousness of women in terms of career development. So because of the societal pressure, a lot of times women are forced to leave their careers. They are forced to take a break from work for multiple years. And maybe for anything, you're getting married or you're having a child or whatever it is. And then that becomes the acceptable norm of society, that, okay, if you are giving birth to a child, then you're a bad mother if you're not taking like 3-4 years break from work. Your child will not grow. That expectation is usually put on women, which is not put on men, because of which eventually the question around, as a woman leader, are you really serious about your profession or not, starts creeping in. And that's where, for a lot of women, the growth stops in terms of leadership. They do really well in their early careers, but as they grow in age, then that question around, okay, you are aging, you need to have children, you need to settle down, you need to take care of them, and hence your career takes a back seat. While in reality, I feel both are very easily manageable. I mean, we're a Y Combinator company. I'm in touch with more than 400 women in the Y Combinator community who are great entrepreneurs, who have sold companies, become billionaires, and they have children, they manage, and their kids have grown out fine, right? There's nothing wrong with their children as such. So it's easy to manage them, but I feel that the overall support in terms of helping these women grow is missing in a lot of societies, because of which women do very well in their earlier careers, but when it comes to grow, when it comes to become a leader, their career eventually takes a backseat.